you talked about feeling there was a misconception about the technical level of your attack. What is the biggest sort of misconception out there? Is it that? Is there another image of you that you're trying to sort of correct by doing events and talking now?
There's just a lot of information that wasn't accurate. Like the tools I used were public. No such thing. I had everything I used was custom built, and even the exploits were private, non-public exploits. So I don't know where they got that you just go to Yahoo and type hack and like all of a sudden you can launch a denial of service attack. I mean, it doesn't really work like that, especially during my era. It was a lot harder to launch, to set up a mass denial of service net and obtain a large amount of bandwidth. So I mean, today it's readily available. Bandwidth is everywhere, and that's the huge threat right now, is that there's so much bandwidth available.
He asked if Michael's ever been hacked personally or his company.
No Trojans, no virus?
I've never, nothing. I mean, I run Unix servers, so I constantly maintain, I'm always watching the logs, unless there's somebody in my system that is very undetectable. But to my knowledge, nothing has been tampered with, none of my emails. I haven't been compromised yet, cross my fingers. Even IT geniuses, doesn't matter who you are, everybody's at risk, and it's a good question, but luckily to this date I haven't been compromised.
What needs to be done? Because after all, the whole purpose of technology is to enable us to be able to use these conveniences and yet remain secure, but we are not at that point yet.
Well, the thing is, I think that we're advancing too quickly for our own good. Over the past 20 years, we've advanced more in technology than we have in, per se, 2,000 years. And this is a huge factor. We're creating constantly new technology without fixing predecessor technology and making sure that that is secure before we move on. So they're always looking at new innovative ideas to bank money off of the community in the commercial world, whereas they're not really making sure that security is the #1 priority. And to me, that's just crazy. I mean, we gotta secure things before we move down the line. We're just jumping ahead and we're not stopping. We're just like not even looking back. So I think that one of the main issues is that overall, it's like bike companies. They had to sign an agreement because they were producing bikes with too much horsepower, where one company would produce it and then they'd be like, no, we need the fastest bike, and then they'd make one, and then people are just dying on the road because these bikes are going too fast for their own good. I think it's a similar situation where technology is advancing so fast these days that we're not even bothered of fixing predecessor technology, which I think is a huge issue. Down the line in the future, I believe Interact and all these other wonderful practicality things will be safe to use, but as it stands today, I don't have